Hello, my friends, and welcome into another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. In this podcast, we're going to talk about the 5 things that most internet marketers know that they haven't bothered to tell you. Now, I'm not going to speculate as to their motives. I don't know why they haven't bothered to tell you this, but it is something that a lot of people don't really think about. And I have thought about these and really tried to articulate them well for you. And so I want to give you this and see if it is something that you will find useful and be able to unlock some of those things that have given you some trouble at your internet marketing. So if that sounds good, we're going to dive right in and take a look at this. Now, before we get started, I wanted to tell you that I actually have a free resource available that you can download that will help you to implement these things and help you remember these things as you go forward in your internet marketing. This is actually a cheat sheet that talks about the different ideas that we are discussing, and this download that I have for you is actually the 5 little known secrets to success with internet marketing. All right. And again, this is just an elaboration on the points that we're going to talk about in today's episode. So if you're ready to dive in, I would definitely encourage you to download that. What you're going to do to get this download is go to northmaxservices.com/5 secrets, northmaxservices.com/5 secrets, and that will get you to this download. It's a PDF download completely for free that will give you a cheat sheet on how to get this implemented in your business. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the topic. So, the first thing that most internet marketers do not seem to be telling you is that nothing matters more than the traffic that you own. Okay. Nothing matters more than the traffic that you own. So, what do I mean by that? Well, what I'm talking about is social media is a great way for you to get the word out there. Okay. Ads and organic content, posting on YouTube. These are all great ways to get it to where people are actually seeing your content. But what you may not really know is that you're not in control of how those audiences interact with your content and what they are seeing. That is not a level of control that you have. In order to have that level of control, you must actually own the traffic. And by owning the traffic, what I mean by that is getting them on your email list. Now, absolutely, email lists are still hit and miss in some cases because maybe the email provider, a particular email provider, is bouncing your emails, and so you're not going to be able to get it delivered to a particular person. That could be true, but nevertheless, you have at your disposal the contact information of every person that you have on your email list. Again, in your customer database, things like that. You don't have control over what you send those people when it comes to your Facebook page or your Instagram page or something like that. The algorithms after those posts go out are totally in control of who actually gets to see it. Now, the one exception is with ads. With ads, you can control a little bit who gets to see it, but all you're really doing is dialing in the algorithm with these ads, right? So if you say that you want all of Tony Robbins fans to see your ad, there is no guarantee. And in fact, I almost guarantee the opposite. You will not reach all of Tony Robbins fans. You will just happen to reach Tony Robbins fans. But if by some miracle Tony Robbins let you send an email to his email list, his general email list, well, you'd be able to reach millions for sure with no problem. You have their contact information. There are no algorithms stopping you. And somebody like Tony has got a good enough spam reputation that no problem his emails getting read. Okay, so that's just to use an example. Nothing matters more than the traffic that you own. The second thing we need to talk about that most internet marketers know, but they haven't bothered to tell you, is that the fastest way to build a business is not by spending money on insane amounts of ads. Okay. It's not by spending money on insane amounts of ads. That can work, but it's going to be less precise. It's going to waste money, almost certainly. And there's no guarantees. Tons of work that you would have to do, tons of money that you would have to spend. You have to have experts to do these things. You have to have creative for the ads. You have to have somewhere for the ads to actually send people after they click on them. All of these variables need to be factored in. And you're not going to build a business on the back of that. Okay, so what is the fastest way to build a business? The fastest way to build a business is with email. Okay, is with email. So you might say, well, what if I don't have any customers? Well, here's the thing: if you are a brand new business, you could be an exception to this rule. I mean, brand new, but probably not, because I guarantee you, you have 100 friends on your different social media properties that you could send a personal message to and said, "Hey, I just started this business. Would you be willing to support me in this business by getting on my email list? It would really help." Okay. 100 people. Think about your church, think about your business, think about your work, think about your different associations you're a part of, think about your city, all these different ways that you could actually become a part of these people's lives through email. And from there, you can start marketing to them. And even people who didn't think that they would want to interact with your brand, interact with your content, interact with your emails, I guarantee you that many of them will. And you can probably start building a great foundation for your business. All right. The third insight here is that funnels come in smaller packages. Now, this was an interesting one for me to discover and grasp. When I first started learning about ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson and this whole world of funnels, I had the wrong idea. I thought that when someone was talking about a funnel, they were only talking about the broad scope of your marketing, where people come into the top of the funnel through search or something like that, and then they move into the bottom of the funnel and get into your email and your landing pages and things like that. That certainly is one way to think about a sales funnel, but it's not the only way. And I would argue it's not even the most popular way, at least not anymore. Funnels come in smaller packages. You need to think about a funnel as a series of steps specifically orchestrated in order to sell products. Okay. Sell products, or you can sell services with funnels as well. And once you learn that funnels are not just this abstract idea that sort of describes your marketing, and instead funnels are a smaller package that actually defines your marketing, that makes a complete different shift. And so you need to learn about that. And that's part of what we teach about here on Marketing for the Rest of Us podcast, also on my Funnel Talk YouTube channel. This is really how we help people do business, is through creating these sales funnels. Okay, the fourth thing that most internet marketers know about how to build a business and that they haven't bothered to tell you is that campaigns make your marketing successful. And you probably don't really know what a campaign is. Okay, campaigns make your marketing successful, and you probably don't really know what a campaign is. Okay, the word campaign has become tattered. Okay, because most people think about an ad campaign, right? They think about, oh, I'm running a campaign and here it is. Here's my campaign. And what they do is they show you Facebook ads. Okay. That is not a campaign. A campaign is, again, a well thought out, orchestrated series of steps and activities that are going to lead your customer from awareness, or unawareness, I should say, to the purchase of your product. So a campaign might be, okay, 3 months from now, we plan on launching our course. What is our 90-day launch plan from now to our course? When are we going to start doing Facebook Lives? What hints, what nuggets are we going to drop? Are there any events between now and then that we can book a room at and talk about this exclusive thing in this room and start gearing people up for it and getting the excitement put together for it? If you look at frankly, a bunch of old dead marketing guys, this is the kind of thing you're going to see from them. You're going to see awareness, you're going to see excitement, you're going to see campaign building from them over the long term in order to make things happen. So campaigns are what ultimately will make your marketing successful. And you really need to study up on what a campaign is, because a lot of times that definition can be really, really confusing in 2021. If you're watching this on YouTube, right now would be a great time, if you're getting value from this video, to hit subscribe, smash that like button, share it with a friend, let somebody else know about the podcast. If you are listening on audio, I'd love for you to take like a screenshot of your audio player, post it on social, tag me in it, say, hey, I'm listening to Steve's podcast, Marketing for the Rest of Us, and it's really, really helping me. You need to listen to this episode to learn the 5 things internet marketers know they haven't bothered to tell you. Okay. So I would love for it if you would share this around and help us out if you are getting value. All right. Now, the fifth and final piece of this puzzle, the 5 things that internet marketers know. is that marketing your business should always begin with the end in mind. All right. It should always begin with the end in mind. So, what I mean by this is that you don't just start throwing content and ads and things into the wind, right? Don't just, I mean, I know it's important for you to get started and not sit around and think about things and deliberate forever. At the same time, though, you really need to think it through. Ask yourself, what's my strategy? How am I going to know if it's successful? Right? What am I going to refine as I keep going? Am I going to be able to measure it? And how do I measure that, etc.? So you need to be asking yourself important questions when you get into doing anything new. Slow down. If your thing is not released tomorrow or the next day, it's not going to be a big deal. Be careful about it. Think it through. Hone and refine your strategy so that every step that you are taking is intentional. All right, I hope this episode has been helpful and valuable for you. Again, don't forget to go to northmaxservices.com/5 secrets in order um, to download this episode and um, um, to get your cheat sheet that will help you implement and remind you of the things that you have learned on this episode. All right, you guys take care, and we'll see you in the next episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us.